Welcome back. Let's have a look at how the rooks move. The rooks move on the ranks and the files. They can't move on diagonals. So in this example, the black rook up here on h8 could move 2 squares, but it can't go beyond the king. But it could go to g8 or f8. If it went to g8, it would actually be giving check to the white king. Or it could commit suicide, but it could give check down here on h1 as well. The king would actually take it if it did that. But that's simple enough. They're powerful pieces and they can move better when the board clears towards the end of the game, when there are fewer pieces and pawns around. But very powerful pieces, especially when they're doubled, when you've got 2 rooks on the same file or the same rank, one protecting the other. Very strong major pieces. Time to look at how kings, there are 3 ways that kings can get out of check. Let's have a look at that. So here the white rook has gone along the A file here and is giving check on the 8th rank. Now the king can move out of check by moving either to d7, e7 or f7, getting out of the line of the rook, or the check could be blocked if the queen moved to d8. The rook would happily take it in this situation because the queen's a very powerful piece, but sometimes in chess that sort of thing's not avoidable. But the best move possible here would be for the queen simply to take the rook. So there are 3 ways that kings can get out of check. They're not always all available, of course, and when none of them is available, they're checkmated. But the king can move out of check, the check can be blocked, or the checking piece can be captured. Here's an example of a simple 2-rook checkmate. The rook on b2 is preventing the black king from moving away from the edge of the board because the king's not allowed to move into check. If that were allowed, then the rook would simply take the king, and the king is never actually removed from the board. It's enough just to show that there's no way for it to escape capture. But in this example, if it was white to move, the rook on h3 could move right across this red arrow here to the green square, a3, giving check to the king, and that would in fact be checkmate because there's nowhere for the king to go. So nothing to block it, he hasn't got any other pieces, and he can't take the rook. If the king was here, then that rook check would be suicide because the king could take it, but it's too far away, and that's a typical 2-rook checkmate.